one of the biggest epic collapses I've ever seen at a collegiate level on that stage. Duke completely shriveled up. Completely shriveled up. And this is my problem with Duke coming into the tournament. Playing in that ACC, they were almost too good for their own good. Every close game they had throughout the season, Jon Scheyer, the head coach of Duke basketball, whenever it got close, got to have it, possession, need to score here, down a point, down a couple points, end of game, more pressure than there usually is for Duke, who's usually winning by 9, 10, more than that. The strategy has always been, except for one game, the Kansas game in which they lost, the strategy has always been get the ball to Cooper Flagg, clear out, and Coop, go get us one. Go win the game. Go get us a basket. Go play. 18-year-old, go send us to the national championship. I don't care how good Cooper Flagg is. You got to draw up something a little bit more creative towards the end of the game. And Cooper Flagg got a decent shot off, and he missed it with a chance to take the lead down one. And you want to complain about the foul. You want to do anything you want to do. Duke here and there. Tyrese Proctor missing the free throw. Point being is that Jon Scheyer, the head coach, had no idea what to do to finish that game. None. Can we take him out of the Hall of Fame for a second? Can we take a pause? The discrepancy in coaching ability, in savvy ability to will your team to the end of the line, to stay cool and calm under pressure, feel. The coaching discrepancy was glaring. Kelvin Sampson kept the team in it. Houston, they were flirting with losing by 15 the whole game. I thought Houston should have been losing by 20. And the second they started to smell blood a little bit, rumbling back, couple big shots here and there, pressuring on the inbounds. Yes, Houston got some help with that over-the-back call called on Cooper Flagg after Tyrese Proctor missed the first of a one-on-one. At the end of the game, it was 67-66. When that happened and they got 2 free throws out of it, that was a big play. At 66-67. Allowed Houston to go up 68-67. All of a sudden, Duke is down for the first time since 6-5. And it was a bad call. It's a crappy call. Official did a terrible job there. You can't call an over-the-back on a free throw on a play where Juwan Roberts, who was the Houston player boxing out Cooper Flagg, wasn't putting in the most effort you've ever seen on a box out. You can't reward that. You can't call it in that spot. But the way I look at it, similar to when the Patriots inevitably get screwed over, how many calls has Duke gotten in big spots here, there, ball whirl in their direction? Wisconsin in the national championship, and I'm a Wisconsin guy. I got no bad blood there. Wisconsin national championship 2015, Justice Winslow touching it at the end of OT. How many times has Duke the ball rolled in their favor? Which is why I cannot have a ton of sympathy for that call, for that moment. Cade, one of the biggest collapses on a stage with a team that I've ever seen at a collegiate level last night in that second of the Final Four games.
Kept thinking to myself, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen. Duke's gonna figure out a way. This isn't going to happen. There's no way. There's not enough time. Colin, it was a 6-point ball game with 30 seconds left. It was a 6-point ball game with 30 seconds left. They scored 7 points in 15 seconds.
Yep.
How's that possible? Now, I think the best way to basically visually tell how this game went, and if you guys happen to be on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, at ESPN West Palm, I'm about to throw up a graphic. And Colin, you've got a monitor right here. Take a look at this. This is from ESPN.com or the ESPN app. It's the win probability chart of last night's game. You're seeing a whole graph that has the win probability hovering around the 80 to 90 mark in the entire second half in favor of Duke, with a singular line at the very end of the graph shooting up to where it eventually says Houston at 100%. At one point, I believe the chart comes down to 98.7. I believe the highest Duke ever was favored in this game. 98.7. That was probably around the 8-minute mark when they were up 14 points. statistically, probability-wise, even just watching the dang ball game, there is no world where Houston should have won this game.
Completely stole it. Completely stole it.
Houston looked so bad in that first half. So bad. They couldn't hit. Colin, here's the one thing that drove me insane last night. And I'm very happy that Houston won because this is the first time in my, I'd probably say about 10, 11-year history of making brackets that I have predicted a national championship matchup.
So you're happy because you get the personal attachment to your bracket. Okay.
Seriously. I really had no skin in this game. I just wanted to say that I chose Florida and Houston. They were the ones that ended up making it. That was my personal glory right there. But Houston did not have a set jump shot or a layup the entire first half. It was running floaters. It was off-ball screens, fadeaway jumpers. I did not see one man just make a normal shot.
It is incredible how they play because they're pesky defensively. They'll crash the offensive boards. They're extremely physical. They're not afraid to get in your chest. They're experienced, but they're just, call it like we see it, not that savvy and talented offensively.
Can I at least get a clean look from somebody? It was basically shot put shots the entire game.
They played the whole season like that. It's incredible.
So how do Cougar fans even stand this team now?
They're setting basketball. They'd be the best team of all time if it was 1983. They're setting It's almost like they're setting basketball back because it's just so gritty. I love it. I'm okay with it. But
I mean, I'm not complaining with 18 offensive boards. I mean, let me tell you what, that was glorious.
Duke, from the 13-20 mark in the second half on, made 2 field goals. A Cooper Flag jumper with about 10 minutes to go, mid-range jumper, and then a 3-point jumper by Cooper Flag again with about 3 minutes to go. The rest were free throws scattered here and there. They had 52 points with 12:56 to go. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Let's think about this for a second. This is not like the one-and-done era where it's a Calipari team that has a bunch of 18-year-olds who don't really know how to handle themselves in a tight spot, and that's why they lose, and they're just an NBA factory. That is not Duke. Duke is the perfect mix of young 5-star talent and experience. Proctor's been around the block a little bit. Mason Gillis has been around the block a little bit. They're not all freshmen. That is unacceptable in a Final Four game. 2 field goals in the last 13 minutes. I'm so over Jon Scheyer, and I understand he's only been here for 3 years. I understand. But with the resources, the reputation, and the team, there's 4 NBA starters on that team. 4. Malawak's going to be a starter. Cooper Flag's going to be a starter. Con Knipple, I think he's great. That guy's going to be a starter. Proctor's going to be on an NBA team. Isaiah Evans is probably going to be on an NBA team. Jon Scheyer at the end of that game, it was coaching malpractice. What you want? Sure, you got Cooper Flag a decent look. When has Cooper Flag ever shown an ability to go get you one to win the game? In the 5 close, there's 6, I'll say, close games they played all year. All year. The Auburn game they won at home. They kept Auburn at bay basically the whole game. 6-point lead for about the majority of the game. Keeping them at bay. It was a very good win. They lost the 3rd or 4th game of the year to Kentucky. They gave the ball to Cooper Flag at the end of the game. He turned it over. Kansas game, they were down by a point to Kansas. Cooper Flag turns it over with a minute to go, and then they give it to Con Knipple, another 18-year-old, at the end of the game, and he turns it over. That's how they finished that game. The Clemson game, they had a chance, down 1, to win the game with seconds to go. Cooper Flag driving right, slips, travels. Turn the ball over. Another loss. The UNC game was close. In that ACC title game where they rumbled back in the second half. UNC handed them that game with that free throw, getting the offensive rebound and the free throw violation by Withers on UNC. Handed them Duke the game. UNC would have won that game if that did not happen. That was another opportunity. And then they haven't had a close game this tournament. There's a testament to how good they were, but the second it got close, they completely crumbled.